Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Blake Damon here, and today we're going to go through some Overwatch 2 news. A new Director's Take article has just come through titled Looking Ahead to Season 7 and Blizzcon. There is a lot to go through, so I'm not going to read it all, I'll just give you a summary. The first paragraph talks about Sombra's new rework. They wanted to maintain her hacker theme while making her gameplay more engaging, so they added the new ability Virus. I'm sure you guys have had a play around with it. Online feedback on the rework is varied. Some people think she's OP, some people think she's still underpowered, but the data has shown that her win rate has increased between 4 to 5% across the different skill tiers. Interestingly, they're finding that some people who are trying out Sombra actually stick with her instead of returning to their previous main heroes. So it looks like we have some new Sombra mains out there. Hello new Sombra mains. Looks like overall the developers are pretty happy with the way she's traveling, but they are keeping an eye on her ultimate and cooldown frequency. The next little paragraph is talking about Roadhog's new update this season. So apparently there's going to be a new rework to his primary, as well as his take a breather, and they'll also be adding a new ability. So something like what they did with Sombra. They need to do some last minute tweaks, so he won't be coming through on the mid-season patch, but sometime later this season. In the next paragraph, they talk about how they're satisfied with the way Season 7 is going. They have heard some of the players' concerns about support heroes and the power creep, so this season's mid-season patch will introduce some changes to reduce some of the utility of some of these support heroes and create vulnerabilities while avoiding making supports feel helpless somehow. I don't feel that this is entirely necessary, but I am a support main and may be biased. Apparently there's been some concerns about Orisa, Zarya and Bastion as well. Orisa and Zarya, not so much for me, but Bastion most definitely. I can feel that he's a little bit OP. I'm pretty happy though because they do mention in this paragraph that Bastion will receive a slight nerf to his assault form in the mid-season patch. But yeah, people seem to be having some issues with Orisa, but statistically she's not even one of the top performing tanks, so she might be frustrating to play against, but that doesn't always equal wins. Nevertheless, they will be keeping an eye on her. In the next paragraph, they talk about Halloween Terror and how it remains to be the most popular event. This year, a new game mode was introduced called the Trials of Sanctuary. It allowed players to gain power and new abilities as the game progressed. Apparently, everyone loved it because over 35% of player hours on the first day of the season was dedicated to the Halloween modes. Because of its success, the developers are considering an expansion to this mode with even more progression and player choice, which I wouldn't mind playing myself. I'm personally finding the Trials of Sanctuary really fun, and if you haven't tried it already, I suggest you do so. The next paragraph talks about SSERAFIM's new collaboration with Overwatch, which I covered yesterday in a little video. I'll leave a link to that at the end of this video. Also at Blizzcon, it looks like they'll be revealing their new hero. I'm always excited to play with a new hero. The last two were support, so I feel like this one's going to be a tank. We do need more heroes in that role. Also, it looks like players have concerns about the competitive system and the battle pass. They'll be talking about the reworked competitive mode at Blizzcon, while battle pass and shop changes will be discussed earlier next year. The next paragraph talks about the controversy surrounding the placement of the latest Moira skin in the Ultimate Battle Pass bundle. That's the most expensive bundle you can buy, which always offers additional legendary skins. But some players believe that the new Moira skin is one of the best in the season, and were unhappy that they could only get it by purchasing the most expensive bundle. It doesn't say that they'll be changing the way the bundles work, but they have learned that they do need to offer more ways for players to get these highly sought after skins. And the final paragraph talks about how the next Director's Take won't be happening because there'll be BlizzCon. And that's it, that's the Director's Take. What are your feelings on it? Let me know in the comments down below. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and share, and subscribe if you haven't already.